Just 4 games left on the Big Sky slate. The Vandal men battle but fall twice on the road, while the Vandal women turn back the clock, posting 2 decisive victories. But those games now in the rear view mirror, with Montana and Montana State on the horizon for both teams. Inside the Vandals, next. Hey, welcome into another week of Inside the Vandals. I'm your host, Tom Pervis, and I'm joined now by Idaho men's basketball coach Don Verlin. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, a tough road trip, obviously, for you guys there with losses in northern Arizona and southern Utah. Let's look first at that northern Arizona game. You guys were battling back for much of that game and, kind of fell behind in that first half. What was the key to the struggle in that first half?
We just didn't execute very well. It's always different when you go play at a place with some elevation, and I think it took our guys a little while to settle in. And then once we settled in, made some halftime adjustments, we played really good, especially the first 15 minutes of that half. I wish we could have found a way to finish that basketball game, because I think it's a game we could have won. Eastern Washington went in there and lost to Northern Arizona 2 nights later. Northern Arizona is a very good basketball team.
How does the elevation affect you? Do they just get winded easier?
Yeah, they get a little tired. Some of it's mental, some of it's physical. But anytime you experience that, this is something as a coach and as players you got to get through.
What did key that 18-4 run for you guys that ultimately put you guys ahead midway through the second half?
I thought our energy level went way up. We started getting some defensive stops. We were able to get out in transition, and for a period of time there, we were the most aggressive team on the basketball court, which was key. The first half, they dominated us on the boards. The second half, we dominated them. And between all the 3 of those things, I think that was the difference.
How big of a factor did that Northern Arizona press play in the game?
Well, it obviously played a big factor in the outcome. We did a great job handling it early in the game. We just made a few mistakes at critical times in the game that really changed the momentum of the basketball game.
For the 2 games on the road for you guys, there were 2 of only 3 times this season that you guys have shot below 40%. Was it just a couple of off games, or was there something that you noticed?
I thought at Northern Arizona, they did a real nice job defending us. Their size bothered us a little bit, and then at Southern Utah, we just missed a lot of wide open shots, and it wasn't anything I think that they did. It was more just one of those nights. Like I said on the radio afterwards, it was, we watched the tape yesterday and today, and man, we had a lot of shots go in and out, round and round. When you get 27 more shots than an opponent in a basketball game, you expect to have some success, and it was just unfortunate.
Is that a takeaway? I mean, just that you do get 27 more shots?
I thought we played a lot of energy. I thought we played hard. We attacked the offensive glass, which I was very happy about. You're never happy with a defeat, but I thought we showed a lot of heart in that basketball game. We went down 10. We come roaring back, get it into overtime, make a big play to get it in overtime, lead in the overtime. I thought the guys played their tails out, played their hearts out trying to get a win the other night.
Yeah, that was impressive the way you guys did come back and force overtime, and it seemed that the defense towards the end there was getting some big stops, forcing some key turnovers. How big was the defense down the stretch?
It was huge. We had a number of guys step up and play well defensively, and I thought the defense in that stretch was really good.
And then, of course, the huge shot by Suki Wiggs, how clutch was that?
It was huge. We get the rebound up. I think it was off a missed free throw or missed field goal, and go down and execute in transition. And Mike does a good job finding Suki, and he knocks down a big shot.
I wanted to ask you, did you like the shot by him? Were you thinking of calling timeout? I mean, Suki hasn't taken the most threes for you guys this year, but he hit the shot.
Yeah, Suki's kind of a big shot guy. He believes he could make it. I wasn't going to call a timeout. It was late in the basketball game, and I felt like, giving a coach a chance to set up his defense, and we were pretty good in transition. So I thought, the advantage was in our favor. Then maybe calling a timeout and setting a play up for Con or Mike. And they did a good job running in transition, and Mike did a good job finding the open man, and he was wide open, and he stepped up and knocked it down.
What happened in overtime?
Like I said, we got out to a 3-point lead there in overtime, and then again, I thought we played extremely hard. An amazing stat. We get 15 shots in a 5-minute overtime period, and they get 5. And some of those came for free throws came late, so they didn't get field goal attempts. But I thought we played extremely hard. We just couldn't get the ball to go in the basket.
What did you say to your guys after a battle like that?
Well, you know, for me, I always start with effort. That's how I judge how we play. You know, I think when you're in the coaching profession, you have to start somewhere. And I always start with effort and intensity, and then I go to preparation. You know, how is our preparation and our game prep details? And then, you know, you have to talk about the things you did better, you could do better, or situations of the game. But I thought our effort was good.
He's Vandals head coach Don Verlin. We're going to take a break, but when we're back, we'll ask Coach about the upcoming home games, big ones against Montana and Montana State. That's right after this.